had the series, you've had 8 series, you've got several books, you've got games, you've got books in translation, you've got an audio book. What comes next? QI the movie?
Very good question. Yeah, John and I share the same problem as very low boredom threshold. In fact, actually, if you were going to, maybe that's what we should do. We should set up some sort of kind of therapy unit helping men who have low boredom thresholds to fill their lives gainfully. That, I mean, actually, that is what we ought to do, really. And one of the plans that we had right from the beginning was to find a way of making QI research kind of get as many people as we could sort of trained up to do QI research. So that's the one thing, saving men from themselves. But there are other, I mean, other than the TV show, we're very excited about an app. We're doing an iPhone app, which will be launched later this year, which will enable people to interact with QI material in a way that hasn't. We've got a website, which we are also renovating. But I think the apps, Stephen's been beating us up every month. He says, where's the QI app? It's the killer app of information apps. Why haven't you got it yet? And we have, you know, as we do, taken our time to try and get it right. But when you mention movie, you see, that is something that we're quite excited about.
I mean, obviously, John Lloyd comes from To the Man of
Sure.
Bourne, Blackadder.
Sure. I mean, with John's background, and I just think we always want to try and do something differently. I mean, there's a great Billy Wilder quote, which we use, that, you know, a man enters through a door, you've got nothing. Man enters through a window, you've got a situation. So the sort of QI way is always trying to find a way into, and although movie sounds sort of crazy, a lot of what we do, most of what we do is stories, looking and finding stories. And everywhere you look, the sort of the history of science, the history of art and technology everywhere are full of these incredible stories. I was just this morning doing research into the history of the can-can, the dance, which is this amazing story. It started as this sort of the rock and roll of the 1830s, you know, performed by ordinary people in little kind of working class backstreet ballrooms in Paris. And then by, you know, the end of the 19th century, it's become this completely sort of performed, choreographed, salacious, you know, extraordinary art form. And the stories of some of the people who, you know, within that. I suppose that movie's already been turned into Moulin Rouge by Baz Luhrmann. But the point is, wherever you look, there are stories, and I think it would be great. It would be great fun to try and turn something of the information and the stories that we're uncovering into something that was kind of different and fresh and new. So yeah, QI the movie. That's the plan.
With Stephen Fry playing himself.
Yes, maybe as the kind of one thought we had once. We often thought it'd be great to have him as a sort of an M figure, you know, with a sort of sleek desk and sending out his agents of ignorance out into the world. We thought, you know, it would be a great TV show. You send Alan, as it were, with a dossier on Bolivia. Send him to Bolivia and say, can any of this stuff actually be true? And to go out and see and to see if it is. We did actually even suggest that as a sort of QI global, but of course, you know, the BBC budgets being what they were, they could see